Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel, man. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, man. As usual, you guys know the deal on this channel, man. And, you know, in this video, guys, I want to talk about, it's going to be a brief video, but I saw Anthony Edwards dunk last night. It obviously went viral. Everyone's posting a picture of his dunk over John Collins last night. And Anthony Edwards saying that was probably the best dunk of his career. And it made me think Michael Jordan would go viral. He would have went viral every single night in this era, guys. In the social media era, Michael Jordan would have been even greater than he was back in the 90s. He would have been even more spectacular. The legend would have been even greater. All this, all this viral stuff that we see now from these highlight plays by some players, a guy like a John Morant in the past where he goes viral oftentimes for some of his highlight dunks. There are a lot of players that would have been viral back in the day, but when we're talking about Michael Jordan specifically, this man would have been viral every night. We're going to talk about in this video briefly as it relates to this Anthony Edwards stuff. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states, man, has been supporting my channel, guys. Truly humble, man, by all the support, for real. Everybody in the membership, for real. Anyone who's donated to my channel, you guys know I'm not here for the money, the fame, man. I'm truly humble, man. Anyone who's donated to my channel, guys, I know money is hard to come by for a lot of us, man, for real. Like I said, I live check to check, guys, like many people in this country, man, in this world. So shout out to all you guys, man, for real. And you guys know what to do, man. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, when I saw that dunk of Anthony Edwards last night, if you guys haven't seen it, go check out the highlight. It was a pretty spectacular dunk by Anthony Edwards over John Collins. And it went viral, obviously. And it made me think, man, if Michael Jordan played in this era with the kinds of dunks that Michael Jordan was doing, this man would go viral every night. It would just be crazy, man. The internet would be broken every night almost. Essentially every night, Michael Jordan did a move that it left you holding your head like, wow. I mean, literally every night Michael Jordan played, there was something spectacular that he did. And more often than not, there were multiple plays every single game that Michael Jordan played in that you were just shaking your head like, damn, man, this guy's crazy. These are multiple times a game, guys. Not one highlight play every couple of games or every week or so. This was literally every single game, multiple times a game, Michael Jordan putting on a spectacular show. Marv Albert, Michael Jordan with a spectacular move, like, this is what he did, man. If you listen to the broadcasters, the announcers during Michael Jordan's games, I mean, it's crazy, man, the way that he moved people, right? The way that he made people, like I said, enjoy the game. Like he said, even people who weren't fans of basketball necessarily became fans because of Michael Jordan. They wanted to see what he was doing. Air Jordan. This man would have went viral. Because when we think about Anthony Edwards and some of the players of this era, and like I said, that was a spectacular dunk. We think about the John Morant in the past, some of these guys doing these highlight dunks. The one thing that's missing from this is really the traditional big men down low, clogging the paint, challenging these high flyers at the rim consistently. So when you think or you see him dunk on John Collins, I don't know how big John Collins is, 6'8", 6'9", maybe, whatever. But John Collins is not known as a stout defensive player or a rim protector, a shot blocker per se. And this takes me nothing from Anthony Edwards. But what I'm saying is when we compare to Michael Jordan, players from the past eras, like the 80s, the 90s, even the 2000s, where you had legit rim protectors, right? You had traditional big men still, guys that would challenge you at the rim. When I tell you guys about Michael Jordan, guys like Dominique Wilkins and Clyde Drexler, right? These guys coming flying through the lane, the high flyers of that era, what made it so impressive, Shawn Kemp, right, for example, what made it really impressive or more impressive what they were doing at that time was the fact that they were doing this oftentimes on legit big men, guys who were trying to block their shots, guys who would hit them and foul them, right? It was a physical era. So you took a risk going in there amongst the trees, so to speak, especially for a smaller guy like a Michael Jordan who came into the NBA 6'5", 6'6", 190 pounds. I mean, people don't realize when Michael Jordan came into the NBA, he weighed the same as Steph Curry, guys. The same as Steph Curry, but he was 3-4 inches taller than Steph Curry. But weighed the same. But he was able to go in there amongst the trees and dunk with power, right? He was able to do these things and be successful at it, right? One of the greatest dunkers in NBA's history, right? Up there with guys like Vince Carter, Dominique Wilkins, the Shawn Kemps, the Dr. J's, right? These are the great dunkers in NBA's history, man, right? The Kobe Bryants, the Tracy McGrady's, right? Some of these crazy athletes, the Anthony Edwardses now. But what made those guys what they did more impressive, like I said, is they were actually doing this on legit big men. It's more impressive when you see Michael Jordan shake a double team against the New York Knicks, right? Drive left side on the baseline and raise up and dunk on Patrick Ewing. That's more impressive because Patrick Ewing is a legit shot blocker. He's got the long arms, the size, legit 7 foot tall. And the game was more physical. Michael Jordan might take an elbow to the face, a shoulder to the chest, or something like that, right? An elbow, whatever the case may be. Like I said, you have to think about these things going in the lane. These guys today, Anthony Edwards, John Morant, they don't have to really worry about getting hurt that way. You know, someone clobbering them, taking them out. Michael Jordan would go for a dunk, and these guys would literally grab him and pull him down. That's how you get hurt. When guys are in midair and they're hitting you, that's the kinds of tactics that the Detroit Pistons would use against a Michael Jordan. But then they want to turn around and say, oh, Michael Jordan was crying and complaining about the Detroit Pistons. No, he was not. A lot of players were talking about the Detroit Pistons. The NBA executives, the GMs, the coaches, they were all complaining about the Detroit Pistons' dirty tactics, fouling and hitting people after the whistles. They said when guys are in the air, they're trying to push you in the air. That's not basketball. In this era, they ain't got to worry about that. So for me, it's more impressive watching Dominique Wilkins and Shawn Kemp dunk on David Robinson or dunk on Hakeem Olajuwon or Mark Eaton or Manute Ball, you know, or Rick Smits, right? A Mutombo, Alonzo Mourning, right? A Patrick Ewing, right? Dunking on these guys is more impressive to me than these guys in this era. Dunking on some of these guys who are 6'8", 6'9", who are not legit defensive players. They're not legit shot blockers. The game's not as physical. This does not take away from these guys and what they do. It's just not as impressive to me. And this is why I say Michael Jordan, these guys would have went viral every night. Dominique Wilkins in this era, the human highlight film, the dude's nickname is a human highlight film. You think he wouldn't have went viral in this social media era? Come on, man. You think that Shawn Kemp would not have gone viral every single night, essentially, with some of the crazy, out-of-this-world dunks that he was doing on legit centers, legit power forwards, banging on guys like Karl Malone and Charles Barkley? I mean, it was sensational. This is what I said, what made it more impressive. What Michael Jordan was doing, being Air Jordan at that size, going against these legit big guys. Like I said, even in the late 90s into the early 2000s, when you had guys like Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett and Ben Wallace and Marcus Camby and Tyson Chandler, some of these guys that would actually challenge you at the rim. They would challenge you at the rim. They would attempt to block your shot. So you guys know the deal, man. Once again, does not take away from anything from Anthony Edwards. These are the comparisons they're making, right? They're always comparing Anthony Edwards to Michael Jordan. And like I said, when I saw that dunk last night, it was a highlight play, man. So shout out to him. But once again, I told you guys, to me, Michael Jordan and some of these guys back in the day, the Clyde Drexlers, they would have went viral every single night, guys. They would have legit went viral. Michael Jordan dunking on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right? Sidestepping Mark Eaton and dunking on him, dunking over Manute Ball, who's 7'7" with the long arms. These guys are legit shot blockers. To me, that stuff is more impressive when I see Michael Jordan rise up, or any of these guys rise up against legit defensive guys, right? Who gave the effort, who would knock you on your butt. You guys remember Michael Jordan going to the hole, his first game against the Washington Bullets, right? His first game of his career. Going to the hole, and who knocked him on his butt? Jeff Ruland, right? Who was known for being a physical presence, down low, a legit 7-footer, right? He knocked Michael Jordan right to the ground. Michael Jordan fell hard right on his back. That's where the game was played, guys, because Michael Jordan was attempting to dunk on Jeff Ruland. He was attempting to dunk all over this man. That's where the game was, guys. Michael Jordan would have went viral every night, man, with some of those dunks. You guys know the plays. You've seen the highlights. Like I said, if there was social media around back in those days, he would have been breaking the internet, guys. Not even just the dunks, just the crazy layups, the switch hand layups, the hanging in the air, floating around. This is why I say, you guys just don't know, man. You didn't grow up watching this stuff live in the 90s, man. You just don't know what some of these guys were doing. And like I said, the greatness of Michael Jordan and how everyone, like the man would literally make the whole world stop. I told you, when Michael Jordan was on TV, we all watched. Those are the facts, y'all. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.